guys? Welcome back to Great Fire Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Bate, a.k.a. Trey Bate Knows Boxing.
And I'm Willie Mack.
And guys, we have two very, very, very special guests, Molly and Sam.
How's it going?
What's up, guys?
So, guys, where are you guys from?
I grew up in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Yeah.
And you?
I was born in Los Angeles, but my parents are Middle Eastern, so I've lived half of my life here, half of my life overseas. But been here like 14 years now in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do for it? Well,
For work?
Yeah.
I don't just work at the boxing gym.
Yeah.
No, I've been out here for 8 years. I went to film school, so I'm doing that whole thing, pursuing, writing a cartoon, writing a
Yeah. Speaking of the cartoon, tell the people what that's going to be about.
Blackout Billy. It's like an Adult Swim style. It's like very adult, very inappropriate. I basically, part of my past, I won't get super into it, but I lived in a van for a year and a half, and it was like this dope orange, like 70s van. And I lived like more towards Venice. So that was a couple of years ago. And then one of my best friends, Billy, he used to just get like drunk and do the craziest shit, get into all this type of trouble. So our whole cartoon is basically like, it's called Blackout Billy. So he's getting himself into all these situations. And then our whole little dynamic is like, I always end up with the girl that he wants, like back in the van. And he always ends up like in some weird situation, like getting kidnapped by somebody or like,
that's dope. That's got to be on Netflix or something.
Yeah, we're going to pitch it to Netflix, Adult Swim.
Okay.
Both of those are like our top ones.
So what do you do?
Nice. So I actually, we went to college together, but I ended up going doing art direction, building sets, set design. But right now I also do communities management.
Okay.
Property management, stuff like that. Yeah.
So how did you guys? Well, wait. You just said how did you guys meet again?
We went to film school together.
You guys went to film school.
Yeah.
Okay, damn. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So, quick question: What does LGBTQ mean to you?
Go ahead.
Life. I don't know. Community, connection.
Open-minded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means to me. Now that they have a name for it, it's called LGBTQ, but to me, it just means acceptance, equality.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
So what was it like? I guess let's just get straight into it.
Yeah.
When did you know? Let's start with you. When did you know?
I knew you were gonna ask this question. I've been thinking about this all day. It's a process,
It's a big
dude.
question.
Yeah.
It's honestly a process. I had a crush on a girl in first grade, and I remember this is like a funny memory, but it was right when I found out what gay even meant. Was like Rosie O'Donnell had come out or something. And my friend I was like 7. I didn't know. And like my friend was like, oh, she's gay. I didn't even know what that meant. And then I had this crush on this girl. And I was like, I remember telling God, I was like, God, I don't care if I'm gay. I just want to be her friend. And like, I have that memory so distinct. But I honestly like dated boys throughout my whole life. And then when I first kissed a girl, I was like, oh, this feels different. And then it was just a process. It was like throughout high school, it was like, into girls, but then dated guys. It was like, it's a whole thing. So I think probably my senior year was when I really like dated my first girlfriend, and I was like, oh, okay,
this is it.
But still, for some people, takes a long time.
So what about you?
Figure it out.
When I know?
Yeah.
Well, it's a big question because remember I mentioned that I come from a Middle Eastern background, so it's very conservative as well.
Yeah, very cultural.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're not allowed to interact or do much with girls until you actually get married.
Yeah.
So I feel like at that point of my life, I was only mostly really interacting with guys.
Yeah.
So I couldn't help but feeling developing some emotions towards them. And when I moved here again, I was like, I was open to dating both because now here, I can do that if I want to. So I tried that, and I feel like all throughout growing up and here, I never said no to an opportunity that I felt connected to someone, whether it's a guy or a girl. But it was always different. Like sometimes I developed different feelings towards this person depending on the situation we're in or depending on our connection. I definitely felt a lot of times more, I guess, connected with guys. I don't know if it's because we think alike. Sometimes I kind of like that. But I also connected with some girls, that I liked, and not necessarily like end up with long term relationships with neither here in LA, big city.
Yeah.
But, you know how dating
LA is everywhere, buddy.
right? Exactly. So, but hey, it's I love being able to explore that and not being just be like, oh no, I can only do this or could only do that, or
Yeah.
you know. So we didn't even know, like when I met her in college, we just became friends. I didn't even know what her sexual orientation was, or my I don't think she knew what mine was. But we just really connected, and we, you know, became friends, and then I was like, oh, if she was straight, I would probably date her.
Yeah, I mean, I had a crush on you, but I knew it wasn't going to go like that. Like, he's super cute and sweet, but like, you know, I didn't know if you were gay or not.
Yeah,
so would you say people are born gay?
I think it's a mixture.
It's a mixture.
I think some people for sure know right away. They're like, I'm attracted to that. But I think for a lot of people, I think more so than admit it, are more open to like both.
Yeah.
Like, because humans in general are attractive. And so it's like, what I think it's based on culture, and it's based on like your upbringing. It's based on a lot of things. Some people, you can't even help it. Like, I obviously can't help liking girls, and no matter what situation I would be in, it would feel the same. But I've dated girls who are straight and they choose to date guys, but like there is an attraction between us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely like, I don't know. It's so like fluid sometimes that I think for sure people are definitely born to be attracted to certain people, but I think it's just like fluid for the most part.
Yeah, I really agree with that. I think it's mostly fluid as we're born, but then society, environment, culture, the environment we grow up in, the people that we are interact with or run into, just that kind of affects our thoughts or sexual feelings or and I think that's what really shapes our sexual orientation, if you want to call that.
Yeah.
Because some even like I don't know. For me, I mean, I guess, yes, you do prefer sometimes guys or sometimes girls, but I feel like the way you are raised and all that, it definitely, and the way society think of that definitely affects you.
Absolutely.
If you think of society that doesn't say anything bad about being gay or being this way or the other, I feel like people would be totally like more open-minded about it and like more open to explore, even if they don't like it, they at least maybe want to try it and then see, okay, then, well, I don't like it. But here you definitely feel like, even like in LA, we're so open-minded, but some people still have like, you know, homophobia, although, you know, it's shocking now that it's legal and you still find that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that you use the word legal.
It's
crazy how like
it's just weird that
because in a sense, I mean, how old are you?
26.
26, and you're
28.
Okay, yeah. So we're all within the same age range. So as we were growing up, believe it or not, and we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Everybody within our community, whether it's the pastors, priests, all of those people, police officers, whatever, principals, they always had a negative idea about homosexuals, you know, and it was displayed and it was actually taught to us to have a negative approach towards, you know, homosexuals. Yeah. And then now it's like, it's kind of a huge turnaround. Yeah. So how do you guys, or what do you guys think happened to actually cause that?
It's been a ton of things. It's been like a progression of like people fighting and like trying to show like open-mindedness to a ton of, like, obviously, like but honestly, I think social media helped a lot.
Oh, big time.
Because in so many different issues, like we can get into that real hard, but I think honestly, social media like opened so many people's minds because you don't get to meet everybody. Like, I have family in Middle America, and they like haven't met another. Like, I'm the only gay person in my family for the most part, and it's like now that they know me, they're like, "Oh, you're like a great person, a normal person." Like, and then they're like, "Oh, now I don't have like a picture of like a lesbian and like think of it in a certain way." You know, It's like, oh, she's like a normal person. So I think social media has helped in that sense, and they've opened up a lot of people's minds. It's been a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like, people have done a lot of movements to be able to get to this point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I remember a couple years ago, though, like, I think about like Ellen and Portia, like back in,
Exactly,
I don't remember what year it was. I think it was 2008 or 2009. It got, the government overturned gay marriage and it was legal. And then this is a whole fucking thing.
I think it was 2007.
Something around there.
Yeah.
But then like a bunch of religious things came through and re-overturned it. And so it was just like, what the fuck, we're taking a step back. And then now fucking finally it's legal. Am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yo, curse all day.
Like,
shit.
Okay.
So let's talk
now
about.
It's fucking legal.
So now let's talk about family.
Yeah.
What was it like? Let's start with you, especially due to the fact you had a real culture background. What was it like? I guess introducing the fact that you were gay to your family.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you're asking that because last night I was speaking to my mom overseas, and of course, whenever you say hi to your Middle Eastern family overseas, they're gonna say, "Oh my God, miss you so much.
Yeah.
When are you gonna get married?" Second question.
Absolutely.
When are we gonna celebrate
so
you?
I know all about that.
That's the question. You said what? Sorry.
I said my parents are Nigerian. So
there you go. So you're aware of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always like that's the only way that they could celebrate you for some reason. I'm like, I'm happy now, just by myself. But yeah, my mom, I think, just like 2 years ago came to visit me and went through my phone while I was sleeping, and then she saw
one of those moments.
Yeah, one of those moments.
Oh my!
And then the next day she woke up crying and stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, I saw blah blah blah. You're doing this, you're doing that. I'm like, well,
that's dangerous.
Why do you even?
That's bad.
It really is.
Yeah.
Lock on that.
That's
like,
a hard
why
way
did
to
it not
find
have?
out.
They didn't have that, screen button that you could lock with your finger. But
Oh, okay.
she just went in there. But yeah, now, I was like, I just live my life here. I don't like to be judged based on that. I just go with whatever I feel connected with. I feel like if it's meant to be with the girl, if I really fall in love with her, maybe that could happen. If she's open-minded, she accept the fact that I'm also attracted to other guys. Maybe that would be possible, but I don't know. Like, I just don't like to put a category, or I don't like to, just put myself into one thing that I can only do this and not that, But yeah, definitely she's like not accepting. Like, it's also not only for her, but even like my grandparents or all the surrounding the relatives that surround my mom also tell her, like, when is this person gonna get married?
Yeah.
It's like, it's so much social pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. It's like none of their business,
Yeah.
I can get married whenever I want to, whenever
Exactly.
I'm ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, I'm lucky in the sense that like my family is super cool.
Okay.
At first, my mom thought I was coming out to like get back, because my parents got divorced when I was young, and my dad like moved back to his hometown across the country, and like I grew up in Vegas. My mom took care of us, but she, like, when I came out to her, I felt like she knew, because she was asking, and she was getting back with an ex, and she wanted our like acceptance of it.
Yeah.
And she's like, if you guys need to talk about anything, let me know. And I was like, that's her telling me like she knows.
That's a cue.
And so my siblings knew, my brother and my sister, and they were cool. And then I told her, and I had a girlfriend at the time, it was like my senior year, and she just like totally like didn't respond. And then she came home like the next night and just tripped out. She thought I was saying it to get back at her and like be like manipulative a little bit. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, why would I say that? Like, why would I just make that shit up? Like, it's hard to say that in general.
Yeah.
But then after that, I wrote her like a long letter, explained it, and like she's totally chill now.
Cool
like both of my parents are cool.
That's dope.
Like all my family, luckily, because
So that
it's
tattoo,
crazy without.
temporary.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's like a little stamp for my body. That's what it is.
It's a stamp for
People,
my body.
yeah, it's like I'm only be here for a little bit.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
How many tattoos do you have?
Probably, I don't know. Probably like 15 or something.
15.
I
Nice.
gotta
What about
catch
you?
up.
How many tattoos? do you have?
Oh, no, I
Nah.
want to get
You don't
one.
have any?
That's really cool, but I don't know. I still haven't. Maybe I'll go. If I need to get a tattoo, I definitely want to take Molly with me.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll go with
I
you.
don't know if I can, I need a friend.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just play
Scared of
music
me.
in your ear, you'll be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So the dating. Let's talk about, I guess, like your dating life, your current dating life. What is it like now? Just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, LA, I remember I told you. So here
Partying.
people, well, I mean, I'm always looking for like real meaning to a relationship.
Yeah.
But I don't strictly think of it, it must be like love only, like as if intimate only. That's the only way I can show my love, because I've tried that and I thought that would be it. But here you realize then that people are not just that,
That's
it's
true.
like it's more than just like one relationship, because you can find someone that you're really attracted to or you connect with, but then a couple years later you're separate again. So, it's like if you really depend on that as the meaning of your life, then you're not going to get anywhere.
That's very
So
true.
now I try to be just good with myself, focus on my goals in life and what I want to achieve. And then if someone wants to come along, join that, then that's great.
Yeah.
But,
That's
Attract
awesome.
the right person.
mm-hmm.
You said that before as well.
Yeah.
That's a general.
Yeah.
That's where I'm.
Focus on your purpose first.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I just went through a breakup like a couple months ago, and it was super hard.
Yeah.
And luckily, we're still close. We're still cool. Like the love is strong, but it taught me some good things. It was like one of those moments that like you feel so like broken that you're like,
Absolutely.
okay, am I gonna fucking rise up from this?
Yeah.
Or, but I've literally like completely changed my mindset on everything, on love, on relationships, where it's in the sense of like, okay, I can love this person like unconditionally and like realize that I got to go this way and
Absolutely.
she's got to go that way, and like love them still. Like it's not like you shouldn't be mad, because that's just going to ruin everything,
Yeah.
You just got to accept stuff sometimes.
You notice that there's 2 times we actually have that exact feeling, like
Yeah.
that mystical feeling is when somebody
crazy.
passes and when you have that
right?
type of breakup.
Exactly.
So you
it's like
notice,
such a
like-
deep like
Exactly.
hurt that you're like, whoa, actually there's something
And
to this.
Those are the biggest moments that we have to overcome.
Absolutely.
And something big comes, or something great comes from that each and every time. If you
Always.
guys notice that.
Yeah, I've noticed
Yeah.
that. And like there's so many good things coming right now, and I'm just like, oh.
That's crazy. So that means that we're surrounded by people who kind of have the same mindset of focus on the purpose, and if somebody comes along and can be a part of that,
No matter what you are, the situation is still the same. Purpose first, and everything else follows.
Absolutely.
So as long as you got that mindset, be good.
So as far as the young generation, the children who are coming up, who are probably having a hard time, I guess, kind of in a sense, accepting themselves, what message would you have for them?
Yeah, remember what we talked about earlier, is that to not be restricted by what the society tells you, or what this person thinks. Even sometimes could come from the closest people to you, which is your family or some friends that are around you. But just think of yourself and what you stand for and what you're focused on, what your goal is in life. And I think that's what you should really be focused on, not what other people think of you. And it might be tough in the beginning, especially for younger people. When I was young, I wanted to know, like, am I this or am I that? Can I change this or can I change that? Or is this going to be this way or that way? I always, even sometimes like thoughts like this still crosses my mind, like whether for marriage, whether I want to be really with a woman or a guy, or whether, I want to please my family first, or should I really, you know what I mean? Like it still crosses my mind. But now that I've been through a lot of experiences, now I try not let it affect me.
Yeah.
And I try to just go with who I feel connected with, and just stay focused on what I'm trying to achieve in my life and in my career.
Okay. What about you?
Man, that is such a hard question, just because like I think of situations in the sense of like a lot of people don't have the same situation as me.
Very true.
And
very true.
I don't even know where to start with that. It's like, what do I tell somebody? Like, get up and keep breathing. Like, there's so many different communities in this world that I want to tell people, like, you can go out and find that. But if you're 16 and you're at home and you're being like, they're taking care of you and they're telling you like you're not good enough or whatever,
True.
like there's so many different like mindsets in this world. It's scary and it's sad. But I think once you get to that point and you are like, and you jump out of your bubble and you find like a new community, there's so many different people you can connect with, and like the world is huge,
And the thing is, what's so nice is that you're like watching or looking at your Instagram. That explains that. Like you explore, you move around a lot, and I see you with so many different people within that community.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you're kind of like an ambassador.
Yeah.
Move over.
Yeah, no, I'm just that type of person. I just
Yeah.
like connecting with people and like meeting different people and mindsets, and
Would you consider yourself as a hippie?
a little bit, a little bit.
You too?
Really hardcore. But...
I mean, if you want to call it that, sure.
Man, it's all right.
I don't know. I love to not judge people based on anything, and so that's what I try to believe in and think of, and that makes me happy. Sure.
Mm. At any point, as you were growing up, did you think that you should have been born a guy?
No, I think I didn't understand, like, when I was younger, like, my boy cousins that I connected with really hard when I was, like, 6.
Uh-huh.
And, like, my best friend that I grew up with, who's a boy, like, I didn't understand why I couldn't do the same things as them as, like, wear overalls without a T-shirt. Like, I remember, like, my boy cousins, like, wearing these overalls, and we're all gonna go to the zoo, and then I put the overalls on with no shirt, just like them, and my mom's like, no, like, you need to put a shirt on. But after that, I was like, okay, so there's something going on here. That was when it clicked. But, like, I never felt like, oh, I should be a boy. I always felt like growing up, I was like, before I even knew I was into girls, I always thought, like, oh, I could treat a girl better than he's treating her. You know what I mean? I always had that thought. And then it, like, finally, like, resonated with me later.
So you were Mrs. Still Your Girl.
I'm trying to retire that term right now because it literally only gets me in trouble, like, every time. But yes.
Yeah, you was really out there.
We gotta hang your jersey up.
Right?
Retire.
What about you? Did you ever feel like you were in a sense, in the wrong body?
It's funny because I never thought of that, but I feel like that now that I see a lot of, like, on the media, like, transgender and stuff like that, and they put it under the LGBT umbrella. It's also like, I'm like, wow, there's, like, another thing here.
Yeah.
That I even never been through, or have
something I don't
exactly
that
we
I can imagine, but I don't understand.
Exactly, but we try to understand it, and straight people think, oh, this is all the same thing, but it's not. It's so different than this.
Completely different.
Exactly, yeah. So I feel like, well, maybe, like, I don't know how to say, but, like, I'm in touch with my feminine side. Like, I like music. I like, I like being romantic and stuff. I like art. I like, things like that. But it's not really, I don't want to, like, change my gender for that, But it's really interesting to me to, and I don't want to, like, see how I don't try to judge those people, because although it's completely different from what I am, but I still try to, like, okay, this is their life. I'm nobody to judge them what they want to do or what they, it's so hard already to go through the social pressure, and also another thing to change some physical parts of your body, or
absolutely,
or going through hormone change and all that. So no one really wants to be. I feel like, who wants to be under pressure? And life is stressful enough with work and everything. So or doing errands or whatever you have to do in life, it's already stressful enough, and you can only imagine what you have to go through on top of that from your communities or environment or physically. So I just try not to judge them. God is who created them, and they're free to do whatever they want, and God will judge them if it's wrong or right. I'm no one to say anything about that.
So the term, I guess, gay agenda, do you guys find that offensive?
I just think that's funny. I think that's so fucking stupid. Gay agenda.
They said Obama.
What agenda?
They said Obama was the leader of the gay agenda. That's what they said.
Hey, what does that mean?
Believe it or not,
like, that's what I'm like.
Believe it or not, they said. I mean, this is you guys can check anywhere. They said Obama did more for gays than he did for blacks. That is a quote from many people. Celebrities.
Yeah, well, I can't comment on that because I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't, like, I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, I think the fact that, like, our community is so fucking strong, maybe that's part of it. But, like, we don't have, like, an agenda where it's like we need this to happen. We just want equality. And like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's not like we're trying to fucking take over the world. We just want to like all be cool, you know? I don't really know what the gay agenda means.
Yeah.
I think it's just a term that, I don't know, people throw
People
out
created.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely like a money agenda out there.
That's for everybody. For money agenda.
Right?
Speaking of money, there was a time where at the gym that I was at a couple of years ago, it was called the Gym in Hayden. And we had a fundraiser. It was a boxing fundraiser.
Okay.
And it was literally the gay community was there. I pretty much hosted it. And it was for...
Where was this located?
In Culver City.
Okay.
It was like right by Hamilton. It was the children... I forgot what it was, but it was like children and mothers of abuse. Literally, they raised $10,000 in 4 hours.
Wow.
After that, I'm like, I never want to hear anybody talk shit about the gay community.
Yeah.
Ever. Because they are the most responsive, the most... I mean, you guys come together. Absolutely. You guys really come together and make shit happen.
It's all about
more than
love.
Anybody.
And it's the more, like, the most, like, inclusive community ever. Because it's just like, I don't give a fuck what you're into.
You guys get shit done.
Like, yeah.
Man,
that's for sure.
Yeah, peep this out. A few years ago, the NBA was supposed to hold an all-star game in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm not sure if you guys watch basketball. But it was a story out that Charlotte, North Carolina didn't support gay marriages and whatnot. So the commissioner, Adam Silver, pulled the all-star game from the city, and I think he took it somewhere else. I think it went to New Orleans. But pretty much that means that the LGBTQ community have arrived and they need to be respected. And Charlotte, I think, backed out of that ban, and I think now they're more accepting to it. So I think the NBA is actually going there next year or whatnot. But pretty much, if you would have had that problem 20, 25 years ago, nothing would have happened. It would have been ignored, like, oh, gay people, whatever.
Yeah.
But because, again, like you said, social media, the people, the bond that you guys have took that ban down. And now North Carolina has a different rule that, like I said, would have never occurred 20, 25 years ago. So, again, I got nothing but respect for you guys. And like I said, you guys come together more than regular people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like regular
more
people.
More than any other community.
You saw how the U.S. gets down. They kind of,
it's all crazy over
there.
We're all trying to figure it out. But
everybody trying to figure it out. So, like I said, man, progression has happened. I mean, like I said, a lot of respect, man. Ellen, like you said, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, that was a long time.
Yeah, back in the day. You know,
that was my first
Rosie, she's cool.
What about Roseanne? Roseanne?
Nah, she just
bye.
Oh, my bad.
She came out the sidekick.
She's she's a little crazy.
It's I think about Rosie.
No, you know what
I
about?
I said Roseanne.
The lady that played Marcy Darcy on Married with Children.
Oh yeah.
No, she's. I think I can't remember when she came out, but as the show progressed, she played more of her, her lesbian side,
her actual role.
You know what I'm saying? So I like it, man. She's just one of my favorite actresses watching on TV. That's one of my favorite shows. So I never looked at her as like a gay actress. She was just like a regular actress.
Yeah.
So, like I said, people, as long as you know who you're speaking to and who you're dealing with, and there's a lot of respect that will go around between everybody. So, like, it's a lot of support, and like I said, continue to do your thing, and continue to bond, because,
for sure.
You guys are a community, man. Respect.
Absolutely.
In the words of Elon Musk, all we need is love.
Where's the heart?
And where's the weed?
Herbal vitamins.
Did you guys see that?
Yes, it's funny.
A friend posted it. I don't really know much about it. What was it?
Pretty much Elon Musk. He's like pretty much the real Iron Man. He's a creator. He's an innovator.
Tesla,
the guy that owns Tesla. He wasn't supposed to smoke weed, but he smoked weed with Joe Rogan. He only took one hit. One hit. Only one hit.
Oh man!
Really? And it was tobacco and weed, or like a tobacco. I think it's tobacco wrap.
Tobacco weed.
Split. Yeah. So the thing about it, I mean, he only took one puff, and like it was nothing. And like he was getting texts at that exact time. People were looking at him like, "What the hell are you doing?" And apparently the stocks dropped, I think 6%, something like that.
Really?
Like the day after.
I thought they went back up, but
hopefully it should have, because I mean,
that's so stupid.
I mean, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
There's somebody like of that on that level. To be able to do something like that.
He really doesn't have much to lose. He's good.
Yeah.
So do you guys ever go through an episode of? Matter of fact, what's your when were you born?
1990.
Nice. No, as far as a month and date.
January 15th.
Oh, like
Oh, okay. And you?
I'm Pisces, so it's February 29th.
I'm a Scorpio, so
Okay.
Cool. Water signs.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So you know a lot about
a
that.
little bit. I mean, tap into it. I was in I'm born on leap year, so I'm like 6.5.
Oh.
So that's a whole nother subject.
I never understood.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I never understood
It comes
year.
every 4 years.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fun.
So
Yeah.
when should we expect the cartoon to debut?
It honestly depends. I'm gonna pitch it in like 2 weeks to Adult Swim, and then we're gonna see like if we have to get into Netflix and stuff. So it honestly depends on that. We're doing our whole like pitch package right now. So it just depends how quick like it gets picked up. You know
That's
what I mean?
awesome.
So let's hope 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That would be dope.
It will.
I feel like it will. I feel like that's gonna happen. But
And the good thing is that you came here. And the thing is about Gray Fire.
Yeah.
Every single guest that has ever been on here, they have pretty much progressed.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And their dreams pretty much in a sense came true.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's very true.
Let's put it out there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it out there.
Quick shout out to Star Harvey.
Hey, Jones. Hey, Harvey.
All right, guys, it's been another episode of Great Fire Podcast with your host, Trey Bate, a.k.a. Trey Bate Knows Boxing.
And Willie Mack.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us.